Welcome back to yet another edition of Jamie Reviews. I am Jameson Michael, and today we're back to check out the newest update in Saucony's premium neutral road running offering, the Saucony Triumph Iso 5. So for those who watched last year's review of the Triumph Iso 4, you know I was let down quite a bit by a few things. The main things being the fit, the cushioning, and the overall look. And I told myself that this series may be a lost cause, considering how much it has changed in every Iso iteration. Anyway, I'm all about second chances. So let's check out what changes, if any, did Saucony make this year. So in the upper, you have an engineered jacquard mesh. And just off the bat, this looks and feels much more premium than last year's upper. The upper has enough stretch to accommodate for my wider foot, but still supportive enough to keep my foot in place. Breathability wise, it was about average. Our feet never really got hot, but I think the upper and some other Saucony models are a bit better. The Iso fit system around the lacing does the job of providing a comfortable wraparound fit without causing pressure. Now as far as overall feel, the heel and the tongue are still very much on the plush side, which for me was a bit too much padding around my foot. It almost felt too stuffy at times, but having a little less padding is a personal preference. So in last year's shoe, the fit was so narrow. Just testing it out felt like I was being punished for something I did wrong in a past life. But this year, Saucony must have listened. They widened up the shoe across the board. Our feet weren't cramped, and our toes had room to splay. And as far as the overall upper, I would say that it has improved in just about every way. Last year's Triumph Iso felt firm, which in itself is not a bad thing. But when competing in the same market as shoes like the New Balance 1080, the Brooks Glycerin, or the Asics Nimbus, you gotta be able to keep up with the cushion. And so Saucony added an extra bit of Everun to give the shoe a bit more room for compression. Now did it help? A little. I mean, it's not oh my gosh I'm running on pillow soft, but it is softer than last year's, in which I'm all down for in this kind of shoe. The shoe still provides a good amount of response, and you get a nice sense of feedback through your foot strike. So while it is not the softest, it has its benefits depending on the type of run you are going on. Now it is by no means a fast day shoe, but more so a protective shoe that you can pick up the pace if you wanted to. Now the outsole got an upgrade with the use of Saucony's crystal rubber. This is the same rubber used on the outsole on the Freedom and Liberty Iso series. To me, it is one of the most durable outsoles I've tried, and I'm glad to see the benefits translate over into the Triumph series. The traction has improved on wet areas compared to last year's shoe, but the flexibility is just a tad less than last year's. But I'll take the durability benefits over the flexibility in this case. So like I said, last year's Triumph Iso 4 was a disaster for me. And this shoe, it is much improved. Now, I am not amazed by the shoe, but I do appreciate that Saucony listened. They fixed the fit, they added to the softness, and they gave us their premium outsole material. But the one low-key thing that I can appreciate the most is the modern look. Last year's shoe looked so bad, I can't even explain. So thank you, Saucony. I feel like you're headed in the right direction. Besides the shoe weighing a ton, I'll give it a pass this time since this is more of a higher mileage recovery cushion shoe. But let's work on that next time.
Well done.
Thank you for watching this review. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you think this video was trash, then give it a thumbs down. Links to the shoes, social media, and my Patreon are down below. Other than that, be sure to stay in school, don't do drugs, and keep it tight.